Welcome to the inaugural episode of Talking ETV. For everyone that is new, let me introduce myself before my fruit start melting. My name is Mashawn. I've been cooking my entire life. I'm a professionally trained chef. I've been plant-based for 7 years. I'm a healthy eater, but I'm a chef, so I also need my shit to be on 10. I can't just be out here eating grass and acting like it tastes good. So I have a very, very unique food perspective. People always be like, people need to eat better, people need to do this, people need to do that, but they don't be giving y'all no recipes. Like, I be looking at a lot of healthy eating recipes, and I be like, bitch, that shit is not seasoned. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. Speaking of seasoning, I have my own seasoning. So this is available at talkingetv.com/shop. And this is my salt-free, all-purpose seasoning, all organic ingredients. Very good shit. I'm gonna use this in the next episode because I'm gonna fry some okra, but that's a whole nother thing. I've been craving okra and I never fry, so like I need to show y'all. This is so good if you frying something, but you can use it for all other kind of shit. So this will be making several appearances in the show, like always and forever. But today we doing a smoothie. We keeping it true to my roots. Y'all know I am the smoothie queen. One thing about me, I'm gonna make a smoothie. I'm just gonna make a smoothie. All right. So let's get into this. I'm so excited. Damn near forgot my coconut water. So today I'm making my favorite smoothie. So I've been making smoothies consistently for 7 years. So I know how I like my smoothies, and I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, basically. So this is a combination that I literally made up that I'd never seen nowhere, and this shit is so good. So I'm only measuring it for y'all. The recipe is already on my website, but yeah. Usually when I'm making smoothies, I don't measure shit. I throw all this shit together. I made this macadamia nut milk. As you can see, it separates. That's because it don't have no fillers or no fillers, no preservatives. It ain't got shit in it. So this recipe is already up on my website, just like the recipe to the smoothie. So this is some vanilla macadamia nut milk. I used to make this with vanilla almond milk too. Just whatever vanilla milk you like. Some people don't like nut milks, but cow milk is not a part of my ministry, so we're not even gonna get into that. When I'm making smoothies, I always put my liquid down at the bottom first. Get everything going, get everything nice and blended. So after I add my liquids to the bottom, I do my powders next. This is optional because this is not for flavor. This is for health. This is my favorite green powder. It's on my Amazon storefront where I show y'all like all of my favorite shit. That's what this is. This is my favorite green powder. I do not make a smoothie without some kind of superfood in it. So this ain't got nothing to do with making the smoothie taste good. But the health benefits. Do your research, but they're definitely there. This is my favorite green powder because it's the most diverse that I found. Like some green powders just be like, they had like the barley grass powder, they had a wheatgrass powder. What else they be having? All different kind of powders, but that one got like the sea vegetables, like it got all the different kind of greens in there. So I always add my greens. Little tap of cinnamon, y'all. Gotta have just the cinnamon and the berries. I mean, come on. It just makes perfect sense. So I add things from easiest to blend to hardest to blend. So raspberries next. All of these things are organic and frozen, except for the kiwi. The kiwi is like the only thing that don't really matter because I'm only using half the kiwi. Raspberries. So good. Potassium, omegas, berries in general. Y'all know the antioxidants. Good shit. And I forgot to tell y'all, the macadamia nut milk, fat is good for like fat soluble vitamins. Like what are they? A, D, E, and K. Fat soluble vitamins. So a little fat is good, and nuts are a good, clean source of fat. These are burro bananas. I call them real bananas. The bananas, I'm talking about with the seeds in them. Not the regular Cavendish bananas that you can find everywhere, but use whatever bananas you got. And blueberries too. I love wild blueberries. Them little bitty little wild blueberries, they taste like they got so much more flavor than regular blueberries. So that's good. Do my bananas. One thing about me, I'm gonna put a banana in a smoothie. All of these things are good sources of fiber too. Fruits, you know, good whole foods. I forgot to put my date syrup. Now, dates, good source of fiber. Actually, more protein per calorie than a lot of than most fruits. So this is why I do not sweeten this milk that I made. Because depending on what superfoods I put in my smoothie is going to determine how sweet that I make my smoothie. So like, let's say if I'm making a smoothie and I'm putting maca powder in my smoothie. Maca powder is so fucking disgustingly bitter, but it's so good for you. So like if I'm putting maca root, some powder in the smoothie, I'm gonna use a little bit more date syrup. The only ingredient is dates. I usually use whole dates, but when I tell y'all I be so fucking sick of taking the pit out of dates, like I've accidentally missed a pit and ruined the whole smoothie. Like when you pitting dates, make sure you take the seed out because that bitch will not blend. No matter what blender you got, it will ruin the smoothie. So, but if I'm just adding my green powder, I don't add that much. What was that? Maybe a tablespoon. Like I don't really add a lot because it's not like I'm adding a cup of sugar to a smoothie. And the bananas too, I always peel and freeze my bananas when they're ripe. I got a video on my channel about peeling and freezing bananas when they're ripe. If it's not giving banana bread, I do not want it in my smoothie. Them green ass bananas people be making smoothies with, the shit is nasty. It's nasty. It tastes the starches haven't fully converted to sugars, and then you're not even getting the maximum nutrition. I just can't do it. It's nasty. Strawberries, one of my all-time favorite fruits. So good. Acai, very good to protect against cell damage. Just all good shit. Beware too when you buy the frozen packets of acai at the grocery store. They be having sugar in them. So if you can get the ones that don't got no sugar in them. And then kiwi, beta carotene. Yeah, but look at this kiwi. I always do when I'm making a smoothie. I be doing like a half a kiwi because if you add a whole kiwi, your smoothie gonna add a whole kiwi in there if you want to. Your ass gonna be drinking that smoothie like. So yeah, this is just a very specific combination of smoothies. I'm not used to using my blender backwards, but because I'm filming, like I'm facing it this way, so this feels so weird. I can't believe this is my first time like showing y'all me making a smoothie, and I've literally been drinking smoothies on camera for fucking years. When I first went plant-based and started getting my life together and eating, I had a ninja, and when I tell y'all I hated my ninja so fucking bad, I couldn't wait till I had enough money to give me a Vitamix. I don't want to hear shit about you can't never in your life ever afford a Vitamix. I ain't never in my life seen more black people wearing designer clothes than they are now. I am not trying to hear that. I've been rough on my blender, not gonna lie. I be having my mason jar in the freezer because I need my smoothie to stay cold as long as possible. I'm not using my hydro flask because I'm in the house right now, but y'all know I definitely have done that in the past. Oh, this shit's so good. Get your man out the gutter. Ignore the fact that I need a haircut, okay? I got a new barber and I got my appointment set. I know I need a haircut. Leave me alone. I don't even want to know what the back of my head look like on camera. I like my shit thick. I don't I don't like no soupy smoothies, no loose ass smoothie. I need it thick. I need to fight to pour it out. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Woo! This what the fuck I'm talking about. This what the fuck I'm talking about. And I got a big wide straw too. That stainless steel that I drink my smoothies with. And when I tell y'all I can't find my straw and I'm so mad. I'm about to drink the rest of that. We don't waste food over here. But yeah, so this is a smoothie. So good. Purple. So good. All right. Now let's sit down and get into today's topic. I put my smoothie in the freezer, cleaned up, took it out the freezer. Now let's get into it. So for those that are new here, this is the background that I'm only going to have while I'm watching Walking Dead. Walking Dead is my favorite show. We know this. As far as I'm concerned, it's top tier TV shows, like, period. Walking Dead is Walking Dead is Walking Dead is Walking Dead. So I figured to start off the podcast, for every Walking Dead episode, like, I got to have my shit behind me, right? Because, like, why not? So if you can't tell, these are all my favorite characters. Top 4 period, all-time Walking Dead characters. I don't want to hear shit about it. Is Michonne, Daryl, Glenn, and Rick. Top 4, and then my auntie. Number 5, don't fucking play with her, Carol. Top tier, no discussion. It is what it is. Best Walking Dead characters. So yeah, these are all my favorites. Go on my YouTube channel. You see I got all the comic books. I read all of these. I think Negan Lives is the only one I ain't read yet. But anyway, bitch, let's get into this episode. Because, y'all, it was a lot going on. Like, when I tell y'all it was a lot going on, it was a lot going on. Let me tell you something. First of all, let me set something straight, because y'all got me fucked up. Y'all tried to tell me during my reaction to the 11C trailer that I missed the new walkers that open doors and climb shit and all this other stuff. First of all, like, do y'all not pay attention? Like, where have y'all been for the past 11 seasons? In season 1, Morgan's wife was a walker. She literally walked up the steps to the house, looked at the doorknob, and twisted the doorknob. If the door wasn't boarded up, she would have opened the door. So first of all, there is no new variant walkers. Like, walkers are just different everywhere. Number 2, what was that second walker? The one that had the brick that was trying to break the glass at the department store when they was in Atlanta. Then when they was in that very same episode, when Rick and Glenn was going with the walker guts and they had to hop that fence, that big ass walker climbed up the gate and hopped the fence and ran. So please stop trying to make it seem like that's something new, because clearly y'all don't pay attention to Walking Dead if y'all think that's some new shit. Like, no. And then, yeah, I literally had to let y'all know in the comments that wasn't what it was. So then afterwards, which was last night, I watched the 11C pre-show or like whatever they did. And Angela Kane was talking about how, like, you know, we got different walkers and some go dormant and then they wake up. And then I thought about that too. I was like, she not lying, because remember, literally the very beginning of season 11 was when they was at like that abandoned military base where they always dead. Those walkers were dormant. And then remember the walkers when we was dealing with the Whisperers? Them walkers was dormant in winter, the ones that was froze. Maybe that was just because they was froze, but yeah, it's all different kind. Y'all, look at this smoothie. Look at the thickness. I found another straw that I got. This ain't my favorite straw, but I found another one. It's the electrolytes from the coconut water for me. I'm fresh off the episode. I'm hyped. So we're going to get into it. Y'all, why they start off the episode with Judith narrating? Started off the episode with Judith narrating it. So sweet. I was like, okay, so y'all trying to make me cry off rip. One thing about Walking Dead, when they want you to get in your feelings, they gonna pull up that clip of Rick in the motherfucking hospital in Atlanta. They use that clip every chance they get. When they want to get you in your feelings, that's what they do. That shit was crazy. So, yeah, it was a lot going on. They started off the episode off rip. I'm talking about right where we left off from. Daryl and Maggie out there whooping ass, y'all. It was just smoothie. It's so good. This smoothie's so good. But yeah, they started off the episode literally right where we left off. Daryl and Maggie out there whooping ass. They end up meeting with Aaron and them, and Gabriel, Negan, and Annie. Now let me talk about Annie for a second. Why she won't stay her pregnant ass at home, y'all? She refused to stay her pregnant ass at home. I'll be like, girl, you pregnant. Why is you out here like that? These pregnant women on this show be having me stressed out. The first pregnant lady we ever had to deal with was Lori, but we was out there thugging when Lori was pregnant. She ain't had no choice. We was out in the street, like, just trying to survive. I'm talking about we was out here thugging. So Lori was out in the street with us, but like, oh, Lori also did, but see, Lori did dumb shit when she was pregnant, now that I think about it. When Lori was pregnant, she literally tried to go drive by herself to go find Rick and them, and she crashed the car and had a whole accident. Like, she dumb as fuck. So that man, don't even get me started with Lori. Love the actress, not the character. Definitely in that case. Then what's another pregnant lady we got to deal with, which was Maggie. We never even got to see her pregnant. Still to this day, Lori is the only pregnant lady we ever like really got to see. We got to see Judith being conceived, Lori's entire pregnancy, died during childbirth, and we still got Judith to this day. Like, we got to see the whole thing. We only got that with Lori. Maggie, we just knew she was pregnant and didn't get to see shit else, and she popped up with a whole ass child. That shit was crazy. Maggie, she wasn't really out in the, oh, damn. When Maggie was pregnant, that was all out war stress. Damn. Now that I think about it, Maggie had the most stressful pregnancy out of everybody. Because like Lori, we was just out here thugging, trying to get by. It wasn't nothing like all out war. Yeah, Mac, and then Glenn, we not gonna, Glenn is a touchy subject. Every time somebody say Glenn's name, I flinch and cry a little bit. So Maggie had the worst pregnancy experience. Then Rosita, I don't even think we got an announcement when Rosita was pregnant. She just popped up with a damn baby, and we was like, wait, bitch, what the fuck? Love that for her. R.I.P. Sadiq. Love them two together. I wish we could have actually got to see them as a couple. Still don't understand how Gabriel got her to this day. But yeah, that shit was crazy. So these pregnant women in the Walking Dead universe is fearless. Oh, Michonne, excuse me. How could I forget my favorite? We got to see her conceive, and then we got to see her very much pregnant. We didn't get the little in between with Michonne. But yeah, Michonne had a stressful pregnancy too. But Michonne ain't go outside unless she like really like had to. She wasn't out like doing the shit that Annie doing. I'm talking about every time something to go down, Annie, the first one ready to jump up and do something. I'll be like, damn girl, you pregnant, relax. I'll be scared for her. Then Lance. Y'all, we out there whooping Lance ass right now. I'm talking about Lance is so down bad right now. Like, Lance, first of all, I'm gonna need for Daryl to finish him this time. Daryl done shot this bitch in the face, tore his whole face up. He just shot him in the arm in this episode. I'm gonna need for him to just go ahead and die. Like, Lance just refused to die. And it's so irritating. And Lance is like, Angela Kane said it perfectly when they was doing like the thing, the Talking Dead episode before 11C came out. She said Lance is a gambler. And that makes so much fucking sense. Then when she said that, she said he is a gambler, and that it explains why he is so risky with the shit that he do. Cause Lance be cutting the fuck up. I'm talking about he be cutting up. Like the shit he be doing is just like, you have an entire life of luxury that you could be living in the community, and yet you just out here clowning. And this is a prime example of one day you gonna fuck with the wrong person. One day you gonna fuck with the wrong one. Fuck around and find out. That's Lance with our group. Like our group is small but mighty. He did not know what he was getting into fucking with our people. He came around that corner. Y'all, why the fuck Lance came around the corner with that little ass revolver like he was gonna kill Daryl? I was weak as fuck. I was so fucking weak. He came around the corner with that little ass revolver with a whole army behind him like he really doing something. Sir, you would not be doing this if you ain't have a whole army. Stop it. That shit was funny. And then Daryl wasn't even back there no more. Man, we just out here whooping Lance ass. And I am so proud of our people. I really am. Out there whooping his ass, having high-speed chases. That high-speed chase was iconic. I don't think we had a high-speed chase in Walking Dead since shit. I feel like we ain't had a good car chase since All Out War. So it was 2 in season 8, I believe, or 1 in 8 and 1 in 9, or 2 in 8 and 1 in 9. Because I remember I don't remember which order it happened, but the 2 that I can remember latest off the top of my head was when Rick and Daryl was chasing them saviors. It was a whole thing. It was a shit show. Then when Rick and Negan was fighting, remember, I'm talking about when Rick and Negan had a proper fight, like they was fighting but playing cat and mouse, but like fighting for real. It was crazy. That was such a good episode. The building was on fire and the bat, and that was a whole thing, y'all. Oh shit! Speaking, and then they played that so well. Oh, and shout out to the Whisperer trick. I love how whenever we need to blend in and be a walker, we gonna bust out the Whisperer trick. Especially Negan. Negan is always gonna keep his Whisperer mask on him. I swear to God, he pulled that bitch out. It came in handy. They was chasing him. Daryl crashed, stopped the car chase. Oh, it was great. It was legendary. Full uncut reaction is on my website, of course. Can't go on YouTube because copyright. I've been doing this for years, y'all, and fighting copyright is not the move. It's not the move. Ooh, that shit was crazy. Then I really like that part. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, still about Lance. When Angela Kang was talking about how he's a gambler and the coin definitely represents that. They ended the episode like that, but they didn't show us what happened. Like started the last one like that. He was so mad from when he got shot in the face. Like don't even get me started on that shit. But he was so mad about everything that happened at Hilltop. And then he gonna sit there and take it out on Oceanside. Y'all, he flipped that coin to decide their fate, and then they had the nerve to not show what happened. I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen to all the Oceanside girls, but I do not like that because them Oceanside people ain't never did nothing but mind their business, I swear. And I always say this all the time. Every time our people get introduced to somebody, what do I say? Keep Oceanside a secret. Oceanside should never be a place that y'all talk about other than amongst yourselves. Y'all might need to run to Oceanside one day and live there. Oceanside is like as close as we've ever gotten to an untouched community. The Commonwealth don't count because like Oceanside really out here thugging. But Oceanside is as close as we've ever gotten to an untouched community. And yet they're always telling everybody about Oceanside. Y'all remember this from my reactions. I was so fucking blue when they gonna sit there and tell the Commonwealth about Oceanside. I'm like, well, goddamn. Well, now if y'all need to run away to Oceanside, y'all can't do it. So When Lance was sitting there flipping the coin to the side, Oceanside Faith, I was too through. And I was like, see, I literally told y'all supposed to stay a secret. When Oceanside stand a secret and man in their business, they be doing just fine. That shit was crazy. After they got through whooping Lance's ass for the moment, Daryl had the genius idea to send Negan to the Commonwealth to let them know what the fuck going on. Because, hey, he out here clowning. Y'all need to come get him. So that was great. I really did like that. One thing about Carol and Daryl, they gonna have a plan. They gonna come up with a plan. It's crazy. And then Negan got over there. By the time Negan got through talking to Mercer was like, get him a glass of water. That should have instantly been y'all saying that they was gonna let Negan in the Commonwealth. Once Negan get to talking this shit, it's over. That was great. Then Negan went in there and met up with Carol. Now, real quick, I love the fact that Negan felt the need to update Carol on his life. Like, that was just like a cute, real human moment that they got to have for 2 seconds, even though it's a lot going on. He's like, did I tell you I got married? And I got a kid on the way? And he was just talking. And I was like, I love the fact that you felt the need to update Carol on your life. Because he did not tell that to Jerry when he met up with them. He didn't tell that to Jerry, but he made sure he told Carol. Everybody always makes sure Carol is in the loop. Carol need to know everything that's going on. Speaking of my auntie, let me just start off right here before we get into Carol and the kids. Because y'all be having me fucked up. And y'all know I be mad when y'all be talking about my auntie Carol. Carol got them kids. Y'all love to make jokes about all the kids when Carol died. Carol be letting kids. No. Y'all need to just go on and let that die. Me personally, the only child death that I feel like Carol is responsible for is the death of Sophia, her daughter. All these other kids that died ain't have shit to do with her. Because if you remember the scene, I remember it like it was yesterday. Wait, let me hit the smoothie. I remember the scene like it was yesterday. The walkers came and everybody made it. Why the fuck Sophia was the first one to get from up under the car? What you gonna do if you see a walker? Why you ain't stay your ass under that car? But even before then, what got me was when the walkers was coming, Carol's first instinct was to grab Sophia. But Lori grabbed Carol and got her under the car. I would have elbowed the fuck out of Lori. Like, bitch, get off me. I'm finna get my daughter. If Carol would have did that, but you know, it's always woulda, coulda, shoulda. But if y'all could even remotely blame a child death on Carol, I would say it would be her own. Because even then, she was about to run after her daughter in the woods and they stopped her. And I'm like, why the fuck y'all steady stopping her from going after her child? But like, Rick instantly went in there. But like, it's just a whole thing. Like, y'all know I be mad at Rick for Sophia's death too. Because why the fuck you put that girl under there and leave and then tell her to go back up there by herself? Rick, why you ain't just carry that girl up there? It was 2 walkers. Y'all could have killed them 2 walkers if they followed y'all up there. If Carol would have followed her daughter in the woods, she would have brought her ass right back up there with them 2 walkers following her, but at least she would have been alive. That was a whole nother thing. But the kids is fine with Carol. I would feel very safe with Carol with my kids. Because you got to think about it. Y'all love to bring up Sam. That little boy death ain't had shit to do with Carol. Because first of all, he was a child of a daddy that was beating the shit out of his mama and whooping his ass too. So he already wasn't right. Then he was growing up in a post-apocalyptic world. He already wasn't wrapped too tight before Carol met him. Then when he died, he was nowhere near Carol. Like, he was in the middle of a horde and started, Mom. He got to talking and they ate his ass. Didn't have nothing to do with Carol. Y'all also like to bring up Mika and Lizzie. That ain't have shit to do with my auntie. Y'all are going to leave Carol alone. I'm going to step for her. Y'all going to leave her alone. She ain't perfect, but y'all not finna be doing my auntie and talking about her like that. Mika and Lizzie. Lizzie killed her sister. What do they got to do with Carol? They daddy died in the prison and he asked Carol to look after his kids. That little girl, Lizzie, was already feeding rats to walkers at the fucking prison. This before Carol. So stop trying to blame that on Carol too. But don't nobody ever talk about how Tyrese and Carol held it down and got Judith alive. Y'all don't talk about that. Y'all gonna leave my auntie alone. But anyway, I love how Carol had all the kids. They at the crib. They having breakfast. I'm like, yes, this is so cute. And then I really like this. I think this was the first time we really got to see Kaylee with a different look, because you know she's Judith, so like she would have like the same dirty t-shirt on, or every couple of days she might have a different outfit. You know, her hair was real long. Kaylee said she was so happy to be able to cut her hair, you know, get a new outfit with new clothes. It feels more like her. And I'm like, girl, I know that's right. The kids is going to school, getting the education. Like, y'all, in season 5, we never could even imagine the shit we got going on right now. Only imagine. Shit is crazy. That man came in that house looking for them kids, thinking they gonna use them kids against us. Carol 2 steps ahead of you. She literally already has safety plans in order. She said, we're gonna play the quiet game. Boy, them kids was in that cabinet, ain't make not a sound. Ain't make not a sound. I was so happy. I was like, oh, please don't let one of them kids cough, breathe, clear their throat. I'm talking about nothing. I was like, oh, don't let them kids say nothing. 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 Boy, them kids ain't say nothing. Judith looking through the cabinet like this. Looking through the cabinet. They never even thought to check the cabinets. Carol outside, but she had that knife ready. We're not going to skip over the fact that the man that was looking for the kids was with fake Stephanie. I don't remember her real name. Fake Stephanie. I didn't even recognize her without her glasses. I didn't even recognize her without them damn glasses on. It took me a few minutes, and I'm like, oh shit, that's fake Stephanie. This smoothie is so good. This shit was crazy. Comment below stuff y'all want me to cook on the show. The next episode, I'm frying some okra, because y'all know black people, we love okra. But when I tell y'all I have not had no fried okra in years, I grew up eating Church's chicken, and I never liked their chicken. It's fucking disgusting. It's gummy and it's gross. Like, I hate Church's. Their chicken always been trifling to me. But that okra, I used to argue with my big brother, and we literally used to fight over the okra. Mom, please give me a family size okra and a fry. I don't want nothing else from Church's chicken. It's disgusting. But I'm gonna fry me some okra, because I got a taste for some okra. I got like 2 pounds of okra in the refrigerator. It was so good. So that's gonna be on the next episode. We're gonna keep it the healthiest you can get when frying foods. What I probably might do is maybe fry something on the show like once a month. At some point, I'm gonna show y'all how to make fries too. I might do that on the okra episode, now that I think about it, because I love to eat fries and okra. Ooh, I can taste it right now. I don't need no sauce, no dip, no nothing. Just give me that shit straight. So while Carol had the kids, it's all this shit going on with the Commonwealth. I'm talking about people are revolting, which that was bound to happen anyway. And when I was watching the 11C Talking Dead pre-show thing that they was doing, Cooper literally said that they're fighting for affluence. And he was not lying. Like, that's literally the difference between our people and the Commonwealth people. Our people be out here fighting for love, just to live. Meanwhile, the Commonwealth, they're fighting for affluence. Like, y'all have an entire class system in 11 years into a post-apocalyptic world. Like, that shit is insane to me. Like, that is insane to me. And it's lasted only this long because don't nobody want to go outside and fight for their life. So they just in the Commonwealth dealing with that shit. That's crazy. And Pamela is sticking to her script. Her son innocent. He ain't do shit. Sticking to her script. And she genuinely do not know where he is. And she was so blue. By the time Negan got over there to Carol, because Carol was hiding the kids. And then I love how Carol is not panicking the kids, by the way. Like, did y'all catch that? Like, Carol literally had told the kids, that we're going to play the quiet game. Like, she's not like, they're looking for us, hide. Like, she's she's talking to the kids how she supposed to talk to the kids. Then once they had their bags, they book bags or whatever, one of the kids asked her something. I don't even remember which one of the kids it was. She was like, we'll be back. We're going on a little trip. I was like, she's just like, I'm just thinking this in the back of my head as I'm cutting up during my whole reaction. Like, y'all know I be acting a fool watching Walking Dead. I'm going to tell y'all the part that had me about crying. I was holding back tears. I'm going to tell y'all about that part. But she got them kids together. So I was about to call him Cooper. Y'all know when I like people, I call them by their real name and not the character name. That's just some shit that I know. Jerry and Negan got to the house. And when I tell y'all, I am so happy that we got to see Negan and Carol have a meeting and update each other on what the fuck going on. Because that is something we do not get often in the show. We do not get that often. It'd be like two of our people over here fighting for their life. Then other people over here and discover some shit, and everybody back at the house, it's a horde. Like, it's always some shit going on. I always be wanting our people to be together. So when Negan and Carol got to really sit down and talk, I was like, fuck yes, finally somebody talking. Like, yes. Like, I was just so happy to be like, okay, everybody on the same page. Negan is with us outside. He told Carol is on the inside, so the outside and the inside know what the fuck going on. So then with when they was talking, you see how Carol took, Jerry, do you still have access to that attic? Yes, yes, ma'am, stock with supplies, just like you asked. And I'm just like, one thing about my auntie, Carol is going to be 5-10 steps ahead of everybody. She already done had a whole attic in the Commonwealth, stocked full of supplies in case they ever needed to go hide. And I am so happy that the kids made it to the attic. I'm hoping Jerry kids made it too, because they didn't show Jerry wife or Jerry kids. And Jerry got them 3 kids up there, thank God. But Jerry got 3 kids of his own, and I'm need for them 3 kids to make it up there too. Y'all know if they start giving them kids too much screen time, then we really need to get scared, because they want you to be invested and then kill people and hurt your feelings. So I was so happy Jerry got them kids up there, girl. Carol and Negan went on to go find Sebastian, bitch ass. Like, I don't think we've ever had more of a bitch ass nigga in a post-apocalyptic world than Sebastian. I'm talking about, for me, y'all know Gabriel was a bitch. Gabriel was a bitch ass nigga. And y'all know Gabriel is not my favorite character, but at least he has my respect now. Some of it. He ain't got all of it, because I never forget what he let happen to his congregation. But Sebastian, I can't think of a bigger bitch. I'm talking about living up to his comic book counterpart. Y'all, we hate Sebastian in the comics and in the show. It's crazy. We hate Sebastian. When they went looking for him, I'm already in my mind thinking like, okay, he better not have a fucking gun with him, because his mama is the governor of the Commonwealth. She run the Commonwealth. He know where everything at. He got access to everything she got access to. He knows shit we don't know. I was literally thinking to myself, I swear to God, if he got a gun and he shoot one of our people when they find him, like, I'm squaring up with my laptop. Like, I was going to be so mad. So Negan had, Carol, because she just always got the shit together. Like, she be figuring shit out as she go along, but like, she be 10 steps ahead. So by the time she got to figure shit out as she go along, like, it don't even be hard. She went in that room thinking like, what we doing in here? They got the map. Then Negan had the map and he was leading away, couldn't find Sebastian. So then Carol was like, let me take a look at that. She found him in one try. Just that simple. You know, she got to do everything around here. We ain't got Michonne. So Carol really got to do everything around here. Y'all know I miss Michonne. Denied the fucking queen. We love and adore her. But yeah, that was crazy. Carol found him. They found him. And he was like, did y'all even pay attention to how like disrespectful he is? Like, he was like, what are you assholes doing here? I'm talking about just cussing him out. And they didn't come in the door guns a-blazing, being aggressive. All they did was come find you. You don't know what they want. He was clowning. Meanwhile, Carol old enough to be your mama. Relax. Have some respect. Negan stepped on his hand because he was about to grab that gun and probably shoot one of them. And I was so happy for Negan to finally meet Sebastian, because ain't nobody talked that shit to Sebastian yet, for real. Like, Daryl is not a big talker. Like, Daryl will talk that shit to him, but like in a few words, like little boy. He a little boy, him. But Negan was talking that shit to him. I wanted to hear, and I'm like, yes, somebody finally talking to him how he need to be talked to. Speaking of the Miltons, Max been playing the Miltons, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. She's sticking to her script. She is not doing nothing out of the ordinary. She is not being suspicious, which I really like, because like she was nervous to steal them documents for us. She was scared to steal that paperwork, but she did it anyway because she with the shit. So between Max keeping the shit together with Pam and Yumiko keeping the shit together with Pam, I'm like, yes, I love that we got two people on our side that's dealing with Pam. And then when Pam was asking about Connie, like, do you think Connie wrote that paper? I was like, we're going to leave Connie out of this. We lost her for I don't know how many episodes. Was it like half a fucking season? We didn't have Connie, however long it was. It was a long ass time. And I'm like, what we not about to do is lose Connie. We literally just got her back, basically. So please stop. We literally just got her back. Protect Connie at all costs. You know that. And Pamela ain't stupid though, for real, because she was like, because when Yumiko was trying to talk to her, she was like, how am I supposed to feel comfortable talking to my lawyer if her friend is the biggest reporter or whatever? And I'm like, damn, bitch, just tell her, shut up. Speaking of Yumiko, I love the fact that Yumiko and Magna, even though they don't go together no more, I love the fact that they still love each other. Like, Yumiko in them group is like our group. Like, those are their people. Like, Yumiko and Magna don't go together no more, but they still love each other. They gonna ride for each other. They family. If shit hit the fan, they gonna survive. And Magna was like, if I gotta drag you and Tommy out of here, that's just what I'm gonna have to do. So I don't know how to feel about Yumiko's stance at this point, because she was saying how, like, you know, she'd help them and make sure that they get out if they need to. And Magna was like, what do you mean you will be coming with us? And she was talking about how she wouldn't leave her brother, because, you know, Yumiko hadn't seen her brother the whole apocalypse. She just magically reunited with him at the Commonwealth. So I don't know. She was saying she won't leave her brother. I completely understand that. But like, if shit hit the fan, like, y'all gonna have to leave. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how that'll work. I'm sitting there trying to think of her brother. First of all, he's a surgeon. Out in them streets, if we had to survive, I mean, it would be great to have a surgeon. We know doctors don't feel well on the show. They love to kill a doctor, but he ain't been getting that much screen time, so maybe they're not gonna kill him. I don't know, but I would like for her brother to survive and she'd come with us, like, because at the end of the day, we're gonna look after you. These people out in the Commonwealth, they're not gonna look out for you. So that's really the big difference. Yumiko and them was keeping everything together with Pam. Then I feel like Carol, like, she had triple reinforced it when she brought her bitch ass son back to her. She brought her son back to her, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna get us a whole lot of cool points with Pam. Okay, because we need to stay in good with her. Even though we undermining her, we need to stay in cool with her. We don't need her to know that it's us revealing the bullshit that they doing. Because at the end of the day, that's really all Connie is doing. It's just revealing the bullshit that the Commonwealth is doing, and the city is revolting accordingly. So stirring the pot for the greater good. That's what we doing. So especially when Sebastian dragged our people into it, he didn't try, he got away with it. He sent them on that wild goose chase to go get him some fucking money. Ugh. So irritated. What Sebastian did at the end of the comic books is impossible to happen in the show because we're missing characters. So I'm very curious to see how his storyline ends in the show. And Herschel, because I don't like Herschel in the comic books. Herschel cool in the show so far. I hope they don't make him a fuck nigga. So that would just be a waste of a character. And don't even get me started on RJ, but this is a podcast, so we ain't got number time to talk. No, let me get into this. This is something that I really want to get into real quick. Y'all, I always tell y'all this, but I'm going to continue to say it until they change it. And now there's only 7 episodes for me to see if they change this or not. RJ is a wasted character. How do we have a whole ass Rashawn baby and he's going to waste? He literally get 2 lines every 4 episodes. It just irritates me just thinking about it. Let's not forget, while all this shit is going on, it's a whole ass horde on the way to the Commonwealth. Now, we know Walking Dead love a horde. I feel like we get like 2 hordes every season. Like, we keep a horde. Like, the show is not about the walkers. It's about humans in a post-apocalyptic world. But it's called The Walking Dead. The walkers are always on point. That's one thing they've never let us down with is the walkers. They always got to have a horde. Now, my theory, which makes perfect sense in my head, as to how the walkers got so close to the Commonwealth is because Lance bitch ass keep taking soldiers. So they had, I believe it was 3 checkpoints. Every time on the walkie, they were like, they've passed the checkpoint. They've passed the next checkpoint. They've passed the next checkpoint. I'm like, how the fuck do they keep getting closer and closer to the Commonwealth? And Mercer was like, because people ain't doing their job. The only thing I could think of in my head was that Lance is outside doing all of this stuff that don't nobody outside the Commonwealth know about. And all of these soldiers is coming from the Commonwealth. So I feel like that's how the walkers was able to get that close to the Commonwealth. Like, and dealing with our people right now, every round of Commonwealth soldiers that Lance released on our people, we kill them. It's so funny to me because Lance is so mad. Like, Lance probably ain't never been this mad in his life. Like, he's literally gone from basically being king of the world to being bitched by our people multiple times. Like, he is pissed off. Like, he is so mad right now. So I think that's why the walkers was able to get so close to the Commonwealth. Like, they're so close now, you can literally hear them. Like, when the people was outside having that candlelight vigil and they was trying to make everybody to go in the house, he was like, okay, just shut up for a second. And then you could literally hear. And I'm just like, they're that fucking close. And it looked like the horde is at least 1,000. At least 1,000. Rosita had to go to work on her day off. She was not supposed to work today. Mercer was like, I need you. I need you. I need you. So I like the fact that she did that for Mercer, because if she didn't fuck with them, she wouldn't have did that. And Mercer was saying how if our people ever need help getting out of the Commonwealth, when or if shit hit the fan, he'd help and make sure we get out. And that really warmed my heart because Mercer really fucked with us. And then I was like, damn, so like when the show very first started, well, not when the show very first started, when Mercer was very first introduced, I wondered how dedicated he was to the Commonwealth. When I tell y'all, Mercer is riding that bitch till the wheels fall off. He is riding that bitch till the wheels fall off. And it just be these little things that let you know that. Like, I don't remember what episode it was. It was some episode where he was saying how, like, this is better than being out there. But what I would have honestly replied and told him was like, you're the leader of the army, so you technically do live out there. Like, but I guess like at least he get to come home and have a normal night at the end of the day, because he be out there whooping ass all day. So at least he do get to come home. But he's used to being out there, so him being forced to live out in the real world, it wouldn't be the end of the world. He'll survive, but he said certain things along the way to let y'all know that Mercer is riding this bitch till the wheels fall off. Like, he's not even necessarily for the Commonwealth. He is just for the greater good. And it just so happened that the Commonwealth is the setting. So that's very interesting. I really would wonder if it came down to it, would Max and Mercer come with our people if we had to leave the Commonwealth. Like, I don't know if the show is going to end with our people leaving the Commonwealth or our people taking over the Commonwealth. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna be talking about the comics. Okay, the show is ended at this point. I'll be trying not to spoil the comics, but I'm finna spoil the comics. I'm finna talk about it a little bit. So at the end of the comics, our people took over the Commonwealth. So, but so many of the people in the comics are gone from the show. So I don't know how it's gonna end. Like, I don't know if our people gonna take over at the end like they did in the comics. I don't know. Anybody that's new here, go on my channel and watch me read all of the comics, like, please. And I read Here's Negan. Pretty sure I just need to read Negan Lives, which I need to figure out a time to do that. But yeah, it's a whole thing. My favorite moment out of the whole episode that I feel like a lot of people ain't gonna talk about, but then again, I don't know. Y'all, you know Daryl had to kill Lyd. I almost called her Lydia. I need to quit. I'm tired. I'm hype off the episode, but I'm tired because like setting up for a podcast and filming reaction videos it's a whole thing. I've had to do a lot of setting up today. But y'all, when I tell y'all, I was dead ass crying. Y'all know I be finna lose these lashes every time I'm watching something that I'm really into. Just that little, I swear it wasn't even 30 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, when Daryl ran down them stairs and Maggie was like, I know Leah meant something to you because, you know, he killed her to save Maggie. Obviously, he didn't even think about it. It was an instant thing. And Daryl gonna sit there and say, Glenn would have wanted me to protect you, bitch. That was enough. I'm literally finna start crying thinking about it. I'm not finna do this right now. Hold on. He said, Glenn would have wanted me to protect you. I was like, he said, you don't ever have to be sorry, not to me. I was like, Daryl. I literally, if that moment would have been 10 seconds longer, tears probably would have started streaming down my face. That very, very quick moment before Gabriel and them came behind him running down the stairs, like, that was my favorite part of the whole episode. That was my favorite part of the whole episode. Like, that was my favorite part of the whole episode, bitch. Ooh. Y'all have to be on my website. Let me talk about that for a second, too, since I'm starting my new show, Talking ETV. This is where we are now and forever. So, because I've been doing reaction videos for years, I've had time to be inconsistent with upload and then get copyrighted and not be able to get videos up and make my own website and figure shit out. So now I'm at the point where I swear, y'all, I am stable with my content. Y'all can count on me for my content. I've already had my last few years to figure it out and go through all the bullshit. So the podcast, Talking Eat TV, will definitely be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I'm trying to figure out Amazon and Google. This is the first episode I'm filming. I already got my accounts and stuff made, but when I upload, we'll see how I can figure out the Amazon and the Google. So that will live there. The visual and audio, obviously, will live on YouTube. And everything that I just said will be on my website before any of those platforms. So that's that. So on my website, it's a section called Let's Talk. That's just the part where you can get my entire reaction video content library. I'm talking about shit I ain't never uploaded to YouTube, which is more shit than what's on YouTube. Like shit that will never see the light of day on YouTube. I got Stranger Things on there. I got different movies on there. Game of Thrones. All of my Game of Thrones. All of my people that's been asking for Game of Thrones, it's on my website. Anything you could think of. My entire reaction content library. I'm talking about old Walking Dead, like anything I've ever reacted to that I have the footage for is on my website. So that's that part. And you get to join my Discord. We be cutting up on Discord. And people that sign up for my website, I be emailing y'all to Discord. Why all of y'all won't join the Discord? Like, do y'all not like Discord? We be having fun in Discord. And then it's another part of my website that say, Let's Eat. And that's the part just for all my food. So all of my recipes, sweet, savory, anything that's just all food. So we got the reaction video section, and you could join Discord too. And then we got the food section, and you could join the Discord too. So I got let's talk, let's eat, and then I got let's talk and eat. That's the third tier. That is for everything. You get everything on there. So yeah, that's what the content is going to be looking like right now. The reaction videos will be on the website, and the podcast will be the podcast on YouTube and on podcast platforms. Copyright is the thing, y'all. Y'all not going to argue me down about trying to get shit on YouTube. It's like damn near impossible. I be trying to figure it out, but you could edit the fuck out of a video and it'd be a 3-second clip where somebody might have said a word from a song and it'd be getting copyrighted. Like, child. It is hard out here in these content streets, but yeah, y'all can count on me. So this is the first episode, and the next episode of the podcast is going to be for Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus 2 came out a few days ago. I have not watched it yet. No, I think it's actually only been, Hocus Pocus 2 came out a few days ago, and a couple of days ago, and Hocus Pocus is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, that is a childhood classic. I'm talking about me and my friend will literally randomly text each other quotes. Like, that is my shit. So I got to do a podcast episode. I got to do about that. Halloween, the rest of this whole month of October. Oh, y'all about to get so much content on my website. I'm talking about on my website. First of all, I am about to react to all of the Halloween movies. Don't know them. All of the Halloween movies, because Halloween Ends is coming out. Jamie Lee Curtis been running from her fucking brother, or whoever Michael Myers is to her, for the past 44 fucking years. She been running from this nigga. So like, now that they ended it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch all of those. So I'm gonna have a podcast episode talking about the Halloween movies. All of the reactions gonna be on my website. So that's already 10 guaranteed videos. Cause like, they tried to turn Halloween into an anthology series at some point and it got a little weird. I'm not watching those. I'm just watching the all straight 10 through that's specific to the story so I can get it. What else am I doing? Jeepers Creepers. It's the new Jeepers Creepers, and I've never seen any of the Jeepers Creepers. I'm talking about we keeping it very Halloween this month. Walking Dead, Hocus Pocus, Jeepers Creepers, and Halloween. Every week I'm going to do one about Walking Dead because this is my favorite show, and what we not going to do is skip past Walking Dead. So that's Mondays is going to be all the Walking Dead ones, and then the Fridays will be whatever else I'm going to do. So you can count on a new podcast Monday and Friday. I would love to upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So what I'm going to do for Wednesday is that's going to be my vlog for my YouTube membership. That's a YouTube. Y'all know how like you could join somebody's YouTube channel. So that's what is going to be there. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my upload days. So Monday podcast, Wednesday YouTube membership vlog, and then Friday another podcast. I was only going to do a podcast once a week, but it's so much content that I'm consuming and getting ready to consume where I'm like, shit, well, I need to be doing 2 a week because I never get nothing done because I'm not going to not do one every week for Walking Dead. Like, this is our thing, Walking Dead. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of if it's anything else I want to talk about before I end this episode. I'm going to probably talk shit with y'all in the comments. I'm actually going to put this on YouTube as a premiere. That would be nice. I'm going to put every podcast on as a YouTube premiere. Yeah, that'd be nice. And then I could talk shit with y'all in the comments. How like I used to just jump on live after the Walking Dead episodes and be going off of y'all energy. And it's not just my energy. Like we be having a ball. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a premiere for every podcast episode. Yeah, that'd be good to talk shit with y'all in the comments. I haven't figured out an exact time if I'm always going to upload at an exact time. But yeah, this is it. I'm legit. Y'all can count on me to be consistent with content, I swear. Just because it's taken me years to get to this point. I mean, I done went and got a microphone. I'm talking about a proper microphone, y'all. I really wanted to sound like I'm on the radio. So I'm going to be mad if as soon as I cut this camera off, if anything I'm going to talk about from this episode. Because I could really just cut up all day. I don't really like to make predictions. Y'all know I don't be, I be saying what I want to happen. But this is the end of the show. They're going to have some big deaths. Please comment below. Bunch of comments. I be reading the comments. We be having fun in the comments. I'm trying to think. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This the end of the show. They gonna kill somebody and hurt our feelings. What I always say is Walking Dead has hurt me so much and has beat me down so much over the years that I'm at the point now where they can't hurt me anymore because all of my favorite people are already dead or gone. Like, out of my top 4 is Michonne, Daryl, Glenn, and Rick. Rick is gone. Michonne is gone. Oh, did y'all see at San Diego Comic-Con, Andy and Denai announced that Rick and Michonne stories, they're going to get their thing and it's going to happen? I think they said it was going to be like 6 episodes or some shit like that. Oh, I can't wait. Woo! You know, we're going to have a lot to talk about whenever that show up. So I'm looking forward to that. Daryl, I mean, come on. Norman is outliving the show. We know that at this point. And R.I.P. to Glenn. So 1 out of my top 4 is dead. Carol, that's my auntie. I need to quit saying top 4 because really I have a top 5 that's like undisputed. Don't talk to me. So I'm also sad we'll never get the comic book Carl, but I ain't even gonna do that to myself today. The last episode of Walking Dead will probably be the day where I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk because it ain't no more speculating. It ain't shit else to talk about. That's it. That's all. The comic books are done, and then the show is done. So that's pretty much it. So, y'all, we know Carol is outliving the show, and we literally know that Daryl, Carol, Negan, and Maggie are all outliving the show, which is all people that I want to be alive. But the people that I worry about are Rosita and the kids. I ain't really worried about nobody else. Like, it's other people that I don't want to die, but Rosita and the kids is the only people that ain't guaranteed to outlive the show. Between the comic books and everybody in the real show that have already had a spinoff announced, like, I'm scared. Like, y'all always love to say that Rosita gonna die. Y'all love Rosita. Like, I'm gonna need for y'all to stop saying it because I don't want Rosita to die. I love her and I'm gonna be so upset. And there's gonna be another motherless child. Now, all our kids, Gracie, RJ, and Judith, I don't want Gracie to die, but if we really gonna make me choose, it's gonna be RJ and Judith. Like, I'm invested. I'm invested. Like, fight me. So I don't know, y'all. Oh no, I don't want Ezekiel to die. He's not getting his comic book death. We know that, but it ain't looking good for Ezekiel neither because other people, like, if they wouldn't have announced these spinoffs, we would be a little bit more in the dark about who gonna die this season. But we already guaranteed that 4 people was outliving the show. So it's not looking good for Rosita. It's not looking good for Ezekiel. They better not kill Jerry, his wife, and none of his kids neither. Like, that's why I don't be too mad that Jerry kids don't be getting that much screen time. Because I'll be like, if they start giving them kids screen time, they're gonna kill Jerry kids. And Jerry kids are literally the only kids in our entire post-apocalyptic people we know that have both their parents. Name another child that got both their parents. Gracie don't got none of her real parents. We don't even know who Gracie's mama is. Oh, wait. What child has both their parents other than Jerry kids? I can't think of nobody. Yeah, I dead ass can't think of nobody. So yeah. I feel like I need to stay on the podcast until I finish my smoothie. I only got like a corner left. The audio will be better and be given very much ASMR when I'm like eating something and not drinking a smoothie. So to all of those people that don't like to hear people chew and don't like to watch people eat, this is not for you. Next week, well, not next week, but the next episode, I'm eating fried okra and I'm finna be very much smacking in this microphone, very much chewing. I eat on camera all the time with y'all anyway. So like, at this point, if you watch me and you don't like to watch people eat, then I don't know, you must just like me and deal with the fact that you don't like to watch people eat. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Talking ETV. This podcast will live on. It will grow. We will talk about more than just TV shows, but it really just makes sense for my content to talk about the shit that I be doing reaction videos to. Like, it just all ties in with my content. Like, I make reaction videos. The reaction videos are on my website. We got to talk about it. So I'm a professionally trained chef, been plant-based 7 years, been cooking my whole life. I'm always cooking, always eating. I be eating on camera, like talk and eat TV. It just really makes sense, don't it? Like, I feel like I really did that when I came up with I know I did that. I really did that when I came up with that. So shout out to y'all who been sticking there with me for years. Like, to this day, I be seeing the notifications on YouTube. Y'all be on my old ass reactions commenting like y'all be rewatching the shit. So shout out to y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. I am very excited that I've just filmed the first episode. I'm really in my groove now. And yeah, that's it.